Look at this view. This is exactly why you cannot travel to Albania without coming here. Welcome to Berat, famously known as the city of 1,000 windows. This nickname is actually a mistranslation, and the real one is the city of one on top of one windows. It's a UNESCO World Heritage site, it's over 2,400 years old, and honestly, it looks like a living fairy tale. In this video, we are going to explore this ancient city, climb up to a massive castle where people still live, cross a legendary bridge, and try some of the best traditional food in the Balkans. If you're planning your Albania itinerary, don't skip this video because you'll know exactly why you cannot skip Berat. First things first, how do you get to Berat? It's located in the south-central part of Albania, and it's one of the easiest trips you can make. If you rent a car in Tirana, it's a smooth 1 to 2 hour drive depending on traffic. The roads are mostly flat and in good condition. If you're on a budget, head to Tirana bus station. Buses leave almost every 30 minutes. It costs around 400 to 500 lek, so less than $5, and it takes about 2 hours and 15 minutes. You can do Berat as a day trip from Tirana, but to truly feel the vibe when the lights turn on at night, I highly recommend staying at least one night. Berat is literally split in two by the Osumi River, and historically, this split meant everything. On this side, you have Mangalem, which was traditionally the Muslim quarter. On the other side, across the bridge, you have Gorica, the Christian quarter. When people talk about the 1,000 windows, they are looking at Mangalem. The houses here are built so tightly together on the steep hill that their white walls and symmetrical windows look like they are stacked on top of each other. Here is a fun fact. The Albanian name actually translates to the city of one above over windows, describing the architecture. But 1,000 windows just sounded sexier for tourism, so the nickname stuck. Walking up here is a workout. The cobblestones are incredibly slippery. Do not wear flip-flops here unless you want to slide down the hill like a cartoon character. Now let's cross over to Gorica. This side gets more sun, has a slightly different vibe, and offers the absolute best view of Mangalem for your Instagram photos. To get here, you cross the Gorica Bridge. It's one of the most beautiful Ottoman stone bridges in the Balkans. Alright, I'm not going to lie to you, the hike up to the Berat Castle, Kalaya, is brutal. It is a steep uphill battle, but once you pass these massive 13th century stone gates, you realize it was worth every drop of sweat. What makes Berat Castle completely mind-blowing? Just like Kruja, it's a living fortress. People have been living inside these walls for over 2 millennia. You'll see old ladies selling souvenirs, small hotels, cats running around, and locals driving cars through medieval arches. Here is what you need to look for inside. The view from the citadel, the Acropolis. Walk all the way to the back. There is a viewing platform that gives you a 30-60 degree view of the valley, the river, and the massive mountain in the background. It feels like you're standing on the edge of the world. Then the Holy Trinity Church. This is the postcard shot of Berat. It's a 14th century Byzantine church tucked right below the inner walls. The red brick contrast against the green valley is insane. Inside the castle grounds lies the Onufri Museum, Albania's most famous 16th century icon painter. When it comes to food, Berat does things a little differently than the rest of Albania. Because of its location, the cuisine here is a perfect mix of Ottoman traditions and fresh mountain ingredients. And let me tell you, when it comes to choosing a restaurant here, you literally cannot go wrong. Every single tavern in this town is deeply traditional. The moment you step inside, you're surrounded by the authentic decorations. They don't just serve you a plate of food, their recipes and traditional decor literally tell the story of Albania's history. It feels less like eating at a tourist spot and more like having dinner inside a living museum. But the most beautiful story of Berat isn't carved in stone, it's about its people. During World War II, when Nazi forces occupied the region, the citizens of Berat strictly followed Besa, the ancient Albanian cultural code of honor and protection. Over 60 local Muslim and Christian families risked everything to hide Jewish refugees in their homes and basements. Local landlords even allowed them to safely hold prayer services inside the town's main mosque. To honor this incredible incredible human history, you must visit the tiny Solomon Museum in the historic quarter. So, is Berat worth the hype? The answer is a massive yes. Walking through 2400 years of history is an experience you will never forget. So take your time and don't rush it in 2 hours. Thank you so much for watching. Check out those links in the description and we'll see you in the next videos where we'll talk about different locations such as Gjirokastër, the WWII, Saranda, Ksamil and Vlora. Miru pafshim!